Paul, 2/3 of the season, reached the Division 1 of the County Championship, reached the quarterfinals of the Vitality Blast. You must be a pretty pleased director of cricket.
Yes, I am, because it's where we want to be, and I think that's the key message is that this is where we need to be as a club. This is where we want to be as a club, and now it's about going on and winning trophies and winning competitions. You know, we've set our goal of by 2024 to win the county championship, and we set, if you like, steps along the way that we had to achieve for that to be a realistic goal. Everybody wants to win the county championship, but we've set goals that we think we have to hit and meet on a regular basis. This season, our goal was to finish in the top 2 of our group and get ourselves into, you know, the top division of Super September. We've achieved that, and we've done that. You know, we've done that very well. We'd set ourselves a target of 5 wins from our 10 games and 3 draws, where we've ended up with 4 wins and 5 draws, but with the 8 points for the draw, that's been enough to get us through. And we've played really good cricket. I think apart from one very poor session at Durham at the start of the game, which then put us on the back foot and we were constantly chasing the game, and rightly so, you end up losing that one. So apart from that, I think we've played some good cricket. I think we've been a lot more resilient in the county championship. We definitely could have done with a few more top order runs, but that again, that's something that we've got to keep working at. Our bowlers have been outstanding. Our batters have fought well for us. And we've got a lot of runs in second innings as opposed to first innings. So we've made it a little bit harder for ourselves than perhaps we would have liked to have done. But the emergence of Rob Yates, or the continual emergence of Rob Yates, you know, 300s this year, absolutely fantastic. And, you know, we're obviously delighted that he's continued to make the progress that he's made. Liam Norwell being outstanding for us with the ball. Craig Miles being a revelation, everything that he's done this year. So Michael Burgess kept brilliantly for us all season. So, you know, there's been a lot of good, positive cricket played in the championship side. You know, even, you know, Danny Briggs, who we brought in, we knew what Danny could do for us, and I think people have seen over the season quite how high quality a cricketer he is. But I think the thing that people at home won't see is how good he is in our dressing room, around our viewing area, the positivity, the confidence, the common sense that he brings to the game. And along with Brezzy, we've got 2 very good experienced players who know and expect to win. And I think that's the stage that we've now got to get to. So yes, it's great we're in the top division. Yes, it's great we've qualified for the quarter-final of the T20, but now it's about going further and doing better in both competitions again, and not just saying, oh, we're doing well. Yes, we're doing well, but we're achieving the goals that we've set ourselves. But to be the best, we've now got to have an expectation that we win the big games. And we don't just say, oh, isn't it nice to be in them? We want to be in the big games. We want to be part of the big games. And we want to suffer the highs and the lows of being a team that's at the top end of competitions, and not a team that, you know, effectively, if you haven't qualified for these 2 tournaments, your season's effectively is finishing now. You know, and you've only got the RL50 to play for. And it's great that our season is going to continue on right into September. And that's great reward for everybody.
And is it a testament to Mark Robinson, Will Rhodes and the squad, because they've had to deal with injuries, they've had to deal with COVID. Granted, every other county has to as well, but to be able to get through to the latter stages in both competitions, that's a testament to those guys.
It is, and you know, Robbo has done a fantastic job. You know, the thing that's impressed me with Robbo, when he first came in, he talked to the players about when we win, not if we win, when we win. And he's constantly talked about winning and when we win and how we're going to win. And he's driven people on. You know, he is a softly spoken, nice guy, but you know, he's got a real drive and passion about him. He's won in his life. You know, he is a winner. He's won a World Cup with the women's team. He's won county championships and one-day trophies with Sussex. So he knows how to win. He knows how to get the best out of people. And he pushes people. He pushes people hard. So don't be fooled by, as I say, that, you know, softly spoken, nice bloke. There's a bit of steel in him as well, which we needed. But it's testimony to all of the coaching staff, all the medical staff. Everyone has worked incredibly hard. All of the coaches have worked so hard. And it isn't just this year. I mean, it's the group of coaches that have been at this club over a long period of time. And over the last few years, we've been building towards this. And there's a lot of coaches who've made a lot of contribution to get the team this far. Robbo has come in and has given it a bit more of a nudge in the right direction, which is what we need, and it's important. And as I say, what we must do is make sure that we see this as, you know, the start of, and not pat ourselves on the back and get too giddy because, oh, well done, we're in a quarter-final, we're in the top division. That's not good enough for us. You know, we need to be challenging in the really, really big games, which means come the end of September, are we still in the hunt for the county championship? And have we made it to finals day? And if we've made it to finals day, then we want to win finals day. But our goal was to get to the qualifying stage. You can't talk about winning a competition that you haven't qualified for the knockout stage for yet. So, you know, it's about good language, saying the right things at the right time, but actually believing in yourself and believing in your players that they're good enough to win trophies.
A word on the Royal Under One Day Cup. What can the members expect from the team?
It's tough for us. I mean, you know, we have set ourselves a goal of qualifying for the knockout stage of the RL50. That's going to be really tough because of the experience of the team that we're going to put out. So as you say, you know, we've got Rhodes, Miles and Yates in the county select 11 playing India starting on Tuesday. So they'll miss the first game at Glamorgan. We've obviously got Hannon Dalby, Bresnan, Moseley, who are 4 to 6 week injuries. And then we've lost George Farrer, Henry Brooks and Ollie Stone for the season. We've lost 6 to the 100, and that could increase. You know, there could be other players that get selected for the 100, which is fantastic. And we want players playing for England. We want players being picked for the counties 11 against India. Fantastic. Will Rhodes, Rob Yates going and playing against the Indian Test side. Craig Miles, chance hopefully to get wickets against the Indian Test side as well. We want our players playing international cricket. You know, and for me, that's why you have a big staff. That's why you have quality in your staff throughout. What it does mean for the RL50 is Manraj Jahal, George Garrett, Ethan Brooks, they're going to get a brilliant opportunity to play in the 50 over competition, which is fantastic for them. You know, they haven't had a huge amount of first team cricket, so you know it will be a brilliant test for them. It'll be great for us and for Robbo to see the progress that they've made. You know, Ian Westwood does a brilliant job in our second team. The second team won the T20 finals day at Arundel 3 weeks ago. Which was a brilliant effort to get to that because the second team is constantly changing, players are constantly moving. So Westy does a fantastic job, along with Paul Greetham. That link between our academy and pathway and our second team is vital. And it's really important for players in the pathway to see that the young lads are getting an opportunity in the first team. You know, Ashish Chakrabarti will also be in our squad on Thursday. He's on our academy, yet to play a first team game. But it's brilliant that the young lads who are in our pathway can see that they are in touching distance of playing in our first team. And that's where the 50 over tournament just gives them a great opportunity. So, you know, rather than being daunted by people being away playing for England, playing in the 100, we should be excited by that, we should celebrate that, but it also means that there's great opportunity for some of the young players.
A couple of players that have left, international ones, Peter Milan, Humana Bahari, they both played in the county championship. Cole Myers and the excellent Carlos Brathwaite in the Vitality Blast. How important have they been to the squad, and what's the potential of them joining us later on in the year?
Yeah, look, I think all four have played a real significant role for us. Look, we're not going to make any bones about it. You know, Hanuma and Peter would like to score more runs. We'd love them to score more runs. But what they brought for us in terms of their experience and their knowledge was fantastic. So the way that Hanuma prepared and practiced for the Essex game here at Edgbaston that we won in a run chase, that Yatesy got 100 in the second innings, was fantastic. He talked to our players about playing Harmer. And now Harmer is the best spinner in county cricket bar none. And the fact he didn't get any wickets in the second innings because of the way we played him, the way we prepared to play against him, that's what Hanuma brought to our team. Peter Milan has brought a great deal of professionalism to our team. In the game that really counted, that last game at Worcester, he played a brilliant hand and got a lot of runs in that game. In terms of Carlos, I mean, he's been everything that we wanted. You know, he plays the game properly on the field. He's a real entertainer in T20 cricket, but he's got that relaxed nature off the field that he keeps people calm, he keeps people relaxed, and he talks good common sense. He's won tournaments all around the world in T20. So everything that he brought to us, we wanted from him. And he gave us more. You know, I think people around the club have enjoyed him. You know, the two big games, Friday and Sunday here, it got us over the line. Brilliant 50 on Friday, really important 28, 29, 30 on Sunday afternoon. His bowling has been outstanding, and as long as it's not at ankle height, he gets down pretty well and fields well. Apart from on the TV game at Leicester when he caught a crowd pleaser as well, he caught an absolute full lengther. So, you know, everything that he brings is sensational. It really is. And Kyle, you know, it's tough for Kyle coming in for 2 games, but again, he brought this freshness into our group, and you know, he's got a 100% record, 2 games played, 2 games won. So where we get to in terms of the back end of the season, I think we're still working through that. And you know, I don't want to make any promises about players that we will or we won't have. Again, it's a good position to be in, that we're now looking at who do we need for the quarter-final, who's available. Carlos won't be. He'll be back at the Caribbean Premier League, so he's not available for that. We knew that when we signed him, but our next step is to get to finals day, and hopefully he can come back and play in finals day. But we've done well. I mean, the club have been fantastic, allowing me to bring people in at short notice. We had a plan, as everybody knows. We had a test player signed for the first 8 games. He then got picked for the IPL, and we had to move quickly. And as I say, club have been fantastic, supporting me and Robbo in bringing in, you know, people when we've needed them. And so far, they've worked really well for us.
A long-term addition was brought in this week with Alex Davies. How delighted are you to bring him in, because that's a real coup for the club. To get him from Lancashire, he's got great experience, he knows the game inside out, and at 26 he's got his best years ahead of him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a fantastic sign for us. I mean, he's a high-quality player. He's someone I've kept an eye on from my days at Yorkshire when he was starting off at Lancashire. You know, he'll bring a real spikiness to our team as well. You know, he's a real character. He's quite feisty on the field, and that's again, it's another addition that we need, which would be great for us. But he's a high-quality player. You know, with bat and gloves, and there's competition now in our keeping department. I've said, you know, Michael Burgess, I think, has kept really well for us this year. I think he's been outstanding. So, you know, Alex knows he's not coming in just to take the gloves. Burge is there, Burge is in place. So Alex will come in as a batsman, and he's got to fight really hard if he wants to be a wicket-keeper, because we've got a high-quality wicket-keeper playing at the moment. So, you know, and if we're going to be the best team, if we're going to achieve our goals and ambitions, we need to have high quality throughout our team, and we're getting there. And we've got some, you know, top quality players. I think Alex, the message it sends out is that, you know, we want to sign the best. We want to sign high quality, and you're absolutely right. You know, he's left a huge club in Lancashire. He feels that's the right time for him to move on. And our selling point is we want to help you play for England. You know, we're very proud of our players that go on and play for England in international cricket. That was one of the selling points to Danny Briggs. Come and play for us, play all forms, and we think that you can still play for England. You're 29 years of age. You know, your best years are ahead of you, and we want you to play international cricket. And that's exactly the same for Alex. We want him to play international cricket, and that was one of our selling points. Come and be a big player, win games for us, help us win trophies, and through doing that, the England selectors will definitely be watching you, and hopefully we can help you achieve your ambition and goal whilst achieving our ambitions and goals.